and I'm Retro Critic here. And today, I'm going to review and talk about Super Mario Odyssey. Hi guys, and I'm Retro Critic here. And today, I'm going to review and talk about Super Mario Odyssey. And so guys, let's go and check out Super Mario Odyssey. I love this game. This game is really fun. I really love this game. This is a really fun, good game, and this was a really cool. This is like one of the more recent 3D platform Mario games, and it's similar to Mario Galaxy, to be fair, but it's as good as Mario Galaxy, and I think this is a good continuation of the Mario 3D Mario game series. And I think this is just a really good and fun game overall.
So, Super Mario Odyssey was a game that was released in the year 2017, and it was a game that was published and developed by Nintendo. So when this game came out, it was a huge success. And Super Mario Odyssey was a really popular game when it came out, and it was the first Mario game on the Nintendo Switch, or one of the first Mario games on the Nintendo Switch, and it was a very well-liked game. It had good reviews, gamers loved it, Mario fans loved it. So now onto the story of the game. So the story of the game is this. Mario's fighting Bowser as usual, and this time Bowser wants to force to marry Peach this time. And I'm like, wow, about time Bowser wants to marry Peach. So Mario's fighting Bowser as usual, but this time Mario loses. Bowser beats Mario pretty bad. He shoots a fireball at Mario, and Mario gets beaten pretty bad. Mario then later lands on the Cap Kingdom, and then he meets a guy called Cappy, tells Mario that his wife has been kidnapped by Bowser too, and that his wife is the king of the Caps. So Cappy must be the king of the Cap Kingdom. Okay, so Cappy's the king of the Cap Kingdom. Okay, I can see that. He also says that he'll help Mario find Peach and save Peach from Bowser. If he can, because, save Cappy's wife, who's also, I think, the king of the Caps and the Cap Kingdom, from Bowser. And he also agrees to help Mario save Peach, so they both want to save their wife. And Cappy finds Mario's damaged hat. Cappy finds Mario's burned hat. And he restores Mario's hat by turning into Mario's hat as a weapon. Cappy turns into Mario's hat now. And Mario can now use Cappy as like a boomerang in the game, as like a weapon in the game, so that's kind of cool. Use Cappy as like a hitting attack, and he can use Cappy as like a sling attack in the game, so that's kind of cool. And they both have to save Peach, their wives go, okay. And they have to save Bowser from them, and they have to save the world from Bowser from destroying them, and stopping for him from destroying the world, stopping for him from ruling the world. So that was the story of the game, and that's the story of the game. So now onto the gameplay. So the gameplay of the game is this. So I do like Mario's attacks. Mario has some cool, your typical jumping moves here. Mario Odyssey, kind of like Mario Galaxy, closest thing to Mario, but it's like more on Earth, and you do go to different, moon sites and worlds of the game. It's complicated, but it's okay. I'm not gonna lie. Mario's moves are pretty cool here, and Mario does his usual fighting moves here. And what's really cool is and what I like about this game is I like how Cappy's like his companion in the game, and you use him to hit enemies. So what I like about this game is that Cappy's like your companion in the game, and you can use Cappy to possess enemies, and that's pretty cool. You can even ride Yoshi in this game. And you can even possess Yoshi in the game by using Cappy. Mario Odyssey is similar to Mario Galaxy. Mario Odyssey is the closest thing to Mario Galaxy, to be fair. You go to space. I mean, it's really more you're on Earth and on the moon sites than going to space or different galaxies, to be fair, but still. So Mario Odyssey is the closest thing being similar to Mario Galaxy. I mean, Mario Odyssey is the closest thing being just like Mario Galaxy, so... But you're really mostly on Earth, different worlds, and you're also on different move sites, different worlds of the game. And I mean, you don't go to space in the game. Well, I mean, you kind of do. It's not, but instead it's different worlds. But instead, you don't go to different galaxies in the game, but you really more just go to different worlds in the game, in space, in different areas, so still. And that's really about it. And so those are my thoughts on the gameplay of the game. So instead of collecting stars in this game, you collect moonshines in the game. And you have to collect most of the moonshines in the game. You have to get all the moonshines to complete the story of the game, but you have to get most of them. And you get even bonus or extra moonshines after you even pass the story of the game, so that's kind of cool. And I do like how you collect moonshines in this game instead of the golden stars, because instead of collecting galaxy stars or just your regular golden stars in this game, in other Mario games, I just like how you collect moonshines in this game. They gave you something new to collect instead. I like that. It's not like stars or sunshines in Mario Sunshine. I like that little true Mario Sunshine there, it's like moon stars or moonshine. I like that. It's different. I like that. It's something new. It feels refreshing. I like the moonshine. I love the moonshines. And you don't even collect sunshines in Mario Sunshine. Here it's you collect moonshines, and I just like how it's called moonshines. I like that. I don't know, and I like it. I like how they give you something new to collect. It feels refreshing when you collect the moonshines. You give you something different to collect. I really like that a lot. It's really cool. The moonshines are like a nice collectible. I think they're a really good collectible to collect. And I just feel like the moonshines are really refreshing in this game. Okay, so now let's just get to the end of the game, because I just want to get the end of the game over with. So later it starts where, like, Bowser is in, like, a moon base, and you travel to the moon, where you find out that Bowser has a moon base in the moon, I guess, and Bowser is forcing to marry Peach, and Mario stops the wedding, and he has and then you have a climactic boss battle with Bowser, and you fight Bowser a couple times. You and Cappy beat Bowser. You and Mario and Cappy defeated Bowser, and then Bowser gets defeated and destroyed. Then you beat Bowser, and then after that, the moon base gets destroyed, and it's like burning lava, and they escape. And Bowser's moon base is getting destroyed. It gets destroyed. It's like burning with hot lava. The whole thing's collapsing with fire and like volcano and all that, with lava and all that stuff. It's like burning hot. It's like literally like falling apart. Later, Mario and Cappy escape, and they help Peach and Bowser get out of there. And there's a cool scene in the game where... So I like it how, like, for a brief moment in the game, you throw Cappy at Bowser. You actually use Cappy to possess Bowser, and then you're like Mario Bowser. And Bowser is like Mario Bowser, and then you escape. You play Bowser for a moment, you beat the rocks, and then you like hit rocks, and then you like get out of the base, and then you survived. Then you survived and got out of there. Punch some brick moon rocks, and then you get out of there. And then later you get out of the moon base after it collapses. And it's just really cool and funny. It's like Bowser but with Mario's mustache and hat. I don't know, it's really cool and funny to play Bowser for a moment here. That's kind of really cool. You get to move Bowser for a brief moment here. That's awesome. Okay, so now we're at the part where this is like the ending of the game. This is like where the true like last ending cutscene of the game. And it ends where, I like how it ends, where first off, Cappy and his queen wife are reunited together. That's nice. And then I like it how like Bowser and Mario are like both trying to like convince Peach to marry, or who we want to go out with. That was kind of funny. And I like how like Peach just rejects them both, and she just had enough of it. That was kind of funny. Well, I mean, you can't I guess it's too soon for her. I like how they're both crying, and I just like how Jesus, I know it's hard to convince a woman, but oh my God, lighten up. God, man up. But no, I like, that was kind of funny. And I just like how you guys have too much expectations. Lighten up. Oh my God. I like how, I don't know, I just like how there are a bunch of cryberries there for that moment. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so later, Mario gets joyful. I just like how, Cappy and his wife and Peach leave from the ship too early. And Bowser freaks out and just collapses, and I like how Bowser freaks out and he collapses. I like how like Mario hops on Bowser and he gets knocked out. And I just like how, I don't know, Bowser's acting like a dumbass in this scene. I don't know. He tries to jump up in the air and try to get to the ship. Get to home, trying to like go home. And I like how Mario like jumps up in the air and he like throws his cap on the screen and the game ends there. I kind of like that ending. So that was the ending of the game. And the story of the game ends there. And that's all I gotta say, and that's really about it. So now onto the bosses of the game. And so here are the bosses of the game. Now, I don't want to go through every single boss, but here are a few of them. So, you fight these bosses called the Broodals. And the Broodals are like these team of rabbits with like hats on them, and these are hats and weapons to fight Mario. And they're like this little rabbit gang that you fight. They're actually pretty cool. I kind of like them. And then you also fight this octopus king called Moscow Lynch. I can't pronounce his name. He's just this octopus king boss, and that's really it. And that's kind of, you do fight many other bosses, but I don't really care. You eventually beat them, of course. Mostly the bosses you fight here is just the Broodals, who are like these team of rabbits, hats on them, and they like throw their weapons at you. That's kind of like what they do. And then like this little gang of rabbits, these 4 rabbits that you fight, and they're pretty good. Half the time you fight these bosses in the game, and that's really about it. And you also fight this King Octopus boss called Moscow Lynch. I can't even pronounce his name, just Lynch. And he's like this King Octopus boss, but I don't really care. And I mean, there's many other bosses, but I don't really care about them. They're just generic. They're all right. You do eventually beat all these bosses in the game. They're all right. And they're all these bosses. They're pretty generic. All these bosses in the game, they're like all right in the game. I mean, I don't really care about them. I know there's others, but I don't really care about them. They're all the same. They're all generic. There's not a lot of them really. I mean, they're all the same. They're kind of generic. These bosses in the game, I mean, they're all right. And you do eventually beat these bosses, and a lot of these bosses get defeated and destroyed, but that's really about it. But in the end of the day, so those are the bosses of the game, and that's what the bosses of the game are like here, and that's kind of about it. And the bosses of the game are pretty generic. They're pretty okay. They're all right. They're above average, in my opinion. They're like your typical Mario boss fight, really, or typical big Mario boss fight, really, to be honest with you. So, but that's really about it. And so, in the end of the day, so those are my thoughts on the bosses of the game. So what I do like about this game is that I do like that you have, like, first off, I do like the moves in this game. I like how Mario possesses Cappy. Mario uses Cappy to possess enemies. That's kind of cool. I like that new style where he possesses enemies. He uses Cappy to possess enemies. That's kind of cool. And you even get to move the enemies around. When you use Cappy, when you throw Cappy at the enemies, Cappy like possesses the enemies, and he gets to like possess the enemies, and you get to like move around the enemies, which is really cool. That's a nice touch in the game. That's a nice thing you do in the game. I like that. I like that idea. It's a cool concept and it works. It's a nice concept in the game and it works. I like the moves in the game. So, I mean, the worlds of the game are really expansive, creative. I really like it a lot. I do like how you have Pauline in this game, which, for those who don't know, Pauline was actually Mario's first girlfriend in, like, the very first Donkey Kong game. And she was, like, the woman that was kidnapped by Donkey Kong and Mario to save her. And I don't know, it's a cool tribute to Donkey Kong. I don't know, when you see Pauline, it's a cool tribute to the original Donkey Kong and the original Mario, or the first Mario, really. And I think it's cool I think it's a really cool thing where Nintendo gave Pauline some character development, where Pauline is, like, a singer now. And, like, whoever singing, I mean, first of all, her music is really good in this game. Like, that's a good touch to Nintendo. I like how Nintendo gave her a character development and, expanded on her. I like that. So that's a good touch that Nintendo did. Like, because I like how Pauline's like this singer now. She's a popular singer now. Her singing is just fabulous in this game. Like, I like her music in this game. Like, her singing is just top notch in this game. It's really great. Like, whoever sings this is really good, because this is like really good music. Now, I do like the style of the game. I think it's a cool style. I think it has a nice aesthetic to it. I think it has a nice... I like a big, expansive world of it. It's a really creative, fun game. It's like Mario... I mean, this is you'll get to Mario... And this is the closest thing you'll get to a Mario Galaxy game, to be honest with you guys, because Mario Odyssey is like its own thing, but it has similar 3D gameplay style, and that's what I really like about that. I like how it has its own style, and I wish they make more of this, I think. And actually, no, I did hear plans that Nintendo might make another Mario Odyssey. It might make more games like this, more 3D Mario games like this. I mean, they might make another Mario Odyssey game, you never know. But still, so overall, guys, those are my thoughts on Mario Odyssey, and that's all I gotta say about Mario Odyssey. So I highly recommend this game. This is a really good Mario game. This is a Mario game I always want to play for a long time. And that's all I gotta say, and those are my thoughts.
Now, Super Mario Odyssey is such a really good and fun game. Like, this is a fucking fun game. This is a fucking good game. And I really love it a lot. And now, guys, I give Super Mario Odyssey a 7 out of 10. And I think it does deserve a 7 out of 10. I really like it a lot. I think it's a really good game. This is a fun game. This game contains this whole Mario Galaxy trope. It's a really good game. As the new Mario game, I really like it a lot. It's actually really good. I had a blast with this game, okay? I really like this game a lot. I really like this game a lot. This is a really good Mario game. Continuing Mario Galaxy. It's really fun. I like the new style. It's continuing the new style of Mario Galaxy. This is a very different Mario game, and I'm impressed. I fucking love when he throws the hat, he possesses enemies, and control the enemies of the game. You get to basically be the enemies of the game when you throw the hat. So that's actually a really cool and interesting concept, a really great game. This game is a really good game, and I just really like this game. And guys, those are my thoughts on Super Mario Odyssey. And guys, that's all I gotta say about Super Mario Odyssey. And so guys, I'm Retro Critic, and I'm out. And I'll see you guys later, and I'll see you guys around. Peace out.